This video is sponsored by RoadkillT-shirts.com. Click the link in the description below before your purchases to support my channel, and thank you.
Hey everyone, this is your main man here, SecondHandHunter. I got a review of My Summer Story, which is the prequel to A Christmas Story, where Ralphie gets the BB gun and everything else, and everyone knows that story. So this story here is based there in the summertime. It starts off basically as it was towards the end of A Christmas Story. It has the house in the dark, in the snow. That scene there would have been nice to see the Christmas lamp, the leg lamp there displayed. Of course, it would not have coincided with the original movie, but still in a sense that would have been cool to see, my personal opinion. And we jump right into the actual movie itself. Ralphie's explaining things. I believe it was the same narrator as the original movie, so in a sense there, that was pretty cool. So this is based on basically the same as the original movie. A lot of the same themes are developing throughout this movie. The dad going through the puzzles within the newspaper, red cabbage for dinner, Randy having difficulty eating and refusing to eat, and his mother tells him to, you better enjoy that, so he does a which is the same thing as Randy getting all dressed up for school, getting his scarf put on, and he's whining because he can't put his arms down. So sometime between Christmas and I'm guessing June, they ended up getting a dog, which the old man named it Barkley, and he trained Barkley to attack the Bumpus's hounds, which turns out all the Bumpus's hounds are called Big Red. And these Bumpuses are hillbilly neighbors, and you actually get to see these Bumpuses, which they call Bump-Eye. And it turns out the Bumpuses have lived there for about 6 months. So predicting that the Bumpuses must have moved in close to Christmas time, maybe around Thanksgiving or something like that, because then that puts it up to close to summertime, and then they're saying 6 months there, which still in the sense relates back to the original movie too, because they've been there for 6 months, so okay, June back to December, that's 6 months. But there's still a lot of references from A Christmas Story in itself. Baloney, some of the classic songs that are being played in the kitchen, even the first kitchen scene, it's the same original song that you originally hear in A Christmas Story in itself. None of the Christmas type stuff. Even the Christmas type music that they use in A Christmas Story was even carried over this movie here, so that was pretty interesting in itself. He's wanting to win at the game of war of tops, or game of kill actually, I guess it was called, of tops, against Glug, who now is the top dog bully, because Scott Farquaad was demoted to bully second class because of Ralphie beating him up. So Ralphie's out on a search for the perfect top because he wants to kill Miranda, which is Glug's top. They named their tops for whatever reason. It's a kid thing, I guess. And first impression about that is just, come on, really? This movie's about tops? Is this going to even be entertaining at all? But it holds your interest. It keeps moving, it keeps moving. It keeps pulling references from the original movie, which I think is kind of cool. Some of the parts of Barkley was pretty cool, where the old man's getting out of his car and the Bumpus hounds are going all over his car and everything, and he calls for Barkley, and Barkley bites the Bumpus's hound's tail, and they run back to their own yard. That was pretty funny. And then Barkley runs back to his doggy door. Yeah, they don't run to their own house. I guess I lied. But Barkley bites the Bumpus's hound's tail and then runs back to his doggy door that goes underneath the house or something like that, and the Bumpus hounds can't get into it because they're too big, and it's a special trapdoor, doggy door type thing. So that there was entertaining. The Bumpuses continuously have hoedowns at like midnight or odd hours of the night. So the old man's getting frustrated about that, so then he ends up playing classical music to irritate the Bumpuses, but then they think that he's throwing a hoe down, so then they come to his porch with all their instruments, and that all backfires on him, which that scene there was really entertaining. The Bumpuses build a outhouse in their backyard, and the old man thinks that he's gonna be able to get them then and there because the outhouse isn't within code. So then the Bumpus he's talking to calls out to one of his family members, Big Dicky, and Big Dicky rips the porch off of the Bumpus' house. And that's another humorous part throughout the movie, that the Bumpuses forget that the porch isn't there, and then they fall out of the house into a pile of mud or poop or whatever it was. Also with the Bumpus' hounds, Barkley goes over there, starts barking at him. The Bumpus hounds run out as if the porch was there, but there's no porch, so then they fall in the mud or poop or whatever it is. So that's pretty funny. Then the other thing is they're trying to teach Barkley tricks, but for whatever reason Barkley can't stand up, so every time he's told to get up on his feet, he falls backwards as if he's playing dead. That's kind of funny too. So anyways, the old man invites Ralphie to go fishing, and he ends up calling him a whole bunch of weird nicknames, and I'm just like, okay, that's okay. But they end up tossing out their anchor as they're going fishing, and he catch a couple other people's lines, and they go flying and fall into the water and everything, and the old man's like, hey, don't mess up my anchor. That's pretty funny. But they end up going back, and the movie in itself is basically about fishing, which is really enjoyable. I kind of tied the movie into the same type genre as like Great Outdoors, Grumpy Old Men, Stand By Me, and Lean On Me. I don't really want to give away the ending because I've had some gripes about that with my other reviews, but the ending is really enjoyable. Ralphie gets a cool top, and I'm not going to tell you what happens at the ending with the last top battle, but in itself it's pretty enjoyable. It keeps your interest. It even plays the Good, Bad, and Evil music, or what was it, the Good, Bad, and Ugly? Yeah, Good, Bad, and Ugly, I'm sorry about that. Music from that movie, so that was pretty cool. And I would say it is as good as A Christmas Story, maybe even better, because you can literally watch this movie year-round. Well, I don't know about Christmas time. Well, you could if you wanted to watch the movies back-to-back. You could do something like that, but you literally could watch this movie year-round and enjoy it. It is nothing like A Christmas Story 2, which, in a sense there, that Christmas Story 2 pulled from those two movies there. You see, like, pulled ideas from both of those movies and made a piling, steaming piece of crap. So that's what A Christmas Story 2 is. I have reviewed A Christmas Story 1 and A Christmas Story 2. I will put A Christmas Story 1 over there in a small video thing, and A Christmas Story 2 over there that you can click on and watch if you choose to. And I feel this movie is very family oriented. It's good to watch for a movie night. It's only something like an hour and a half long, so it won't drag on, and it's not too short in the same sense too. It's just like the right amount of time, and the references from A Christmas Story is pretty unique, and it has its own uniqueness along with it in itself too. So I will give this a 4.5 out of 5 because I really enjoyed it. There was several parts in the movie where I was cracking up laughing. I even watched this with Dad, which he said he'd only watched it once and didn't remember much about the movie, probably after it came out or something like that. Maybe they played it on TV a couple times, I'm not sure. And he said he only watched it once before and forgot parts about it, but he said he really enjoyed it, so I'm recommending it to you guys. Definitely go out, and I'm gonna say go buy this movie because it is a piece that is worth the space on your shelf. Go find it on eBay for, I think they have it for $10 or so, $5 to $10 is what I saw it for. It can even go up to $20, but even the $20 one, I would still say grab it. because this is worth your time. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my work, please click the PayPal donation link in the description below, and you can donate any amount that you wish. I'm not asking, I'm just saying if you want to support my work, you can go to the link below and you can do so that way. Another way that you can support my work is you can go to my sponsor's website, roadkilltshirts.com, by clicking on the link down there, because if you do not click that link, then I do not get paid. So please click that link in the description below before you make your purchases so you can support my channel. For business inquiries, please email at me at secondhandhunter@gmail.com. That's 2 as the number 2, not T-O. Number 2, secondhandhunter@gmail.com. Also, I have a Facebook account, facebook.com/YouTube secondhandhunter. I have a Twitter account, twitter.com/secondhandhuntr. I use PSN, username secondhandhunter. You can chat with me on Skype, username secondhandhuntr. Please comment down below, give me any suggestions, what you thought of the movie. Uplifting words are always appreciated. Leave those down below for me. Thanks for checking this out. If you like my reviews, I do have a playlist set to where you can check all of them out. I will leave that right here right now to where you can click on it and check it out. And until next time, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys on Monday. See you on the flip side. Thanks for watching.